Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is Big Girl Diary. Okay, I have a wide variety of mess. Oh my goodness, this mess has been going on for a while. Some is very old mess that has drug itself on to the new mess, and some is recent mess that was old mess, but now is okay, you get the picture. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you are wondering, how do you put Evan Rachel Wood, Queen Camilla, and P. Diddy in the same phrase? Very simple. They're extremely flawed people. Oh, not flawed. They're jacked up. Straight jacked up. But okay, we're gonna take it one at a time. Now, as to, since I mentioned Evan Straighten, oh my goodness, Evan Rachel Wood. It is beyond me. And since some of you are, who is Evan Rachel Wood? Uh, her right there, her. You're like, well, Evan Rachel Wood on Westwood, yeah, her. Uh, what wasn't she involved in a big court case and she was being sued? Yeah, her. But didn't Marilyn Manson do some terrible things to her? No, no. His only crime. Look, okay. Marilyn Manson has done some cruddy things. Yes, he has. Let me fix my chair. My chair isn't. Hold on for a second. This is crazy. Marilyn Manson, he has done some cruddy things. Yes, he has. He has. But it was with his first wife. And he married her. Okay, that's better. Okay, he married her, loved her, but he wanted to still play the field. He still wanted to run wild. He still wanted to be wild boys, wild boys. And who helped him remember that was Evan. And then here's the wild part. Evan is saying that Marilyn Manson groomed her. Marilyn Manson took her innocence. Marilyn Manson confused her. All these things she came up with. But this is who she never mentioned at all. Yeah, him. Yes. Yes, him. Edward Norton. They were in a movie together. 2 years before she even looked at Marilyn Manson, they had a relationship. He was 37 and she would, okay, I'm going to leave it right there. She was young. He was old. He had no business like taking a look at her. But Evan Rachel Wood, that's exactly where she went. And she said she liked older guys. There is something right there. There is a lot right there. Just by her being 16 and going towards an older man. Now, Ed, he has never confirmed, denied, and 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 I'm not saying that. Okay, what I am saying is that there's a possibility that maybe in her head they had a relationship. I'll put it like that. And by them being on a movie, you act stupid. I'll put it like that. But in her mind, it was a bit more. Don't know. People said they saw things. I don't know. So allegedly, not even allegedly, okay, whatever. But instead of going back that far, she stops at Marilyn Manson at the age of 19. Not to mention, she managed to pull a Queen Camilla, and that was busted up a marriage. She inserted herself in the marriage. She wasn't as let me see, as bold in your face, hanging out with your wife while she's going shopping. You're hanging around. I'm mixing it a little bit, like Camilla did. No, she was a little bit more. tack. Okay, not as tacky as Queen Camilla. She had a little bit more tact, not much, whatever you want to call it. But when Evan Rachel Wood, by her having like a 20 some odd year difference than Marilyn Manson, um, he been where she was. And he's like, I love you. I know you are bat crap, Looney Tunes, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I love you anyway. I don't know. Marilyn Manson had a habit of loving women that were broken. Now, his wife, Dita, wasn't broken. She was together. She was like 3 years younger than him. But I guess by her not being broken, he didn't have anyone to fix. So Evan Rachel Wood was young, broken, and just out there and ready and willing to do any and everything that he was doing, or he would try to do any and everything that she was doing, knowing that he was a generation older than her and she wanted to run out there and go to the club and party, and his knees were hurting. So he's like, I'm going to go put ice on my knees because I'm getting old and rickety. but that's where it was. And you're like, Big Girl Diary, you're rambling. No, I'm not rambling. I'm just trying to put a whole lot of stuff in there without making this a 6-hour video. So she does what she does, uses her friends, and destroys him. Now, the interesting part is that Marilyn Manson sued her civilly through a defamation, which is very hard to prove. But for some reason, Cardi B was able to successfully sue a YouTuber by name Tasha K. That Tasha K, in my opinion, from the based on the information and belief that I was able to obtain, that Nicki Minaj used her to go, Tasha K, to go after Cardi B because the two of them hated each other. Tasha K gets sued for $4 million, and Nicki Minaj is like, who are you? One of those numbers. So Evan Rachel Woods, is in the process of getting sued, and for some reason she was able to bypass some things, and it is beyond conventional wisdom how she got away with it. I'm still trying to figure out. Look, Judge, check this out. She had that FBI letter. Yes, I'm pounding on the FBI letter because the FBI letter is paramount in this case because she used it in two states, two different jurisdictions, and two different law. How can I say? Two different courts of law, family law, and I don't know if it's family law or civil or criminal. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to leave that to the professionals. Please put it down what that is. And civil law. Now, again, she used a real FBI. She used an FBI Agent Lang's name to bring people into her mess, to get back at Marilyn Manson because she wanted to run off with Ilma Gore, to have a relationship with Ilma Gore, but still wanted Marilyn Manson to stay there because she said, oh, Marilyn is vanilla. You got to go on climb up a building, run around, and just sort of jump on me. And, then that would really get me where I need to go. I'm making that up. I don't know. But she expected Marilyn Manson to wait. I'm going to go over here and I am going to leave you for a woman. She's going to do some wild stuff to me because you're too vanilla. But when I get done with this, I'm going to break her heart and I'm going to go back to you. And then I expect you to wait, right? That is how the relationship was. She had dipped on him several times. And he said, Evan, I know you got some issues. I know you have some toys in the attic. I love you enough. I have enough love for both of us. But what Marilyn Manson seems to forget is that he's talking about that agave love. I mean, you just sort of love that person, period. No matter what they do, you still love them. They can batter, beat, whatever it is to you, and you're going to be that person's emotional punching bag until they get where they need to be to get to where you're at. Yeah, Marilyn, you set yourself up for that one because you gave her do as thou will. That's exactly what she did. She did as thou will. But when he got tired of it, he said, I can't do this. I love you, but I can't do this. You're way too broken. I thought I could stitch you together, but I can't. And that, when he put that ring on Lindsay's finger and said, I do, she said, I do, he said, I do, it was done. And Evan was on the warpath ever since. Evan's face was so tight. Her face was tighter than that. And it's like beyond comprehension in some ways. Is that? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at it. All right. So that's going on. So now they're at the point to where he is going back and opening up certain parts of the lawsuit that were dismissed. He's like, oh no, 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 no. If this woman did all this stuff to me and she got away with it, and she's out there on Broadway, she's on Broadway, and she's out there singing at Little Shops of Horrors, and she just breathes my name that I did something. And she does all these things to destroy me. He loses millions of dollars. I'm sorry, I'm speaking in the first person. He loses millions of dollars. He loses his his record label dropped him. He's an artist. Art shows dropped him. He got drop kicked all over the place. But when it comes to find out that there were lies that she told, she still works. So for me, because I'm not a feminist, I believe that feminists nowadays, you feminists have taken things so far that you can't bring it back. You can't. You have done way too much destruction to where women like Evan Rachel Wood have no problems lying, harming, jailing. She hasn't jailed them, but if need be, she'll do it. I believe. Marilyn Manson lost a lot. Evan Rachel Wood, she didn't even lose a lunch. Nothing. She gained. She gained a whole lot. It's wild. It's completely wild. And I'm pulling for Marilyn Manson because this right here, we need another Amber Heard because we need to make this point stick. You can't be running around lying and cheating and getting people into something based on a lie. I mean, a deep, 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 deep lie. And you want other women to come forward because if you sue a woman for lying, then it's going to make other women feel, oh man, I can't come forward because, oh no, I can't come forward because of this or because of that. And it's a complete mess. Now women who are really harmed, they're going to have a hard time coming forward because of all these lying women. Yes, I said lying women. And I'll say it again. Lying women. We all know them. We do. We do. And that needs to be straightened out. And it's going to be very difficult for men to actually do it because women have to do it, because women will say, you can't tell me what to do because you're a man. And by you being a man, you're a toxic masculinity, and you got to leave her alone, and she could destroy a man and do whatever, and it's okay. Believe all women. Alyssa Milano, how is that working out? You, oh man. But I digress. But now, Evan Rachel Wood, I hope Marilyn Manson takes you to the woodshed, makes you pay, I hope, $50 million. I hope he bankrupts you and then make you start all over again, because what you did, you try to do exactly that to him. You wanted him to go down to zero. You wanted him in a food stamp line. You wanted him in the line at the church getting food. That's what you wanted him. Because how dare he not wait for you while you ran her out there and did whatever because you were with Ilma. You can't make that up. But let me move on over to another person. I think, given with age, I think Evan Rachel will become a Queen Camilla. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Queen Camilla. If you don't know who she is, let me show you. And I gotta say, the levels right here, Queen Camilla. The levels, Queen Camilla, to depths into, I believe she went into some type of space to where she said when she was young, I got to find that article and then we do one on this. She said when she was young in school, not primary school, but I don't know. Well, we say high school in the US. So she said that her family was related to the royals in a round way, that her great grandmother was, how can I say, a courtesan, or as we say, a side piece. And, and that's who she was. And then she went as far as saying that her great grandmother married, what was it, King Edward or King George, one of them. I have that written down in my notes someplace. But that's what Queen Camilla said. And her dream was to marry a royal. That was what she was going to do. And when Queen Camilla, she drew blood first. She went after Princess Anne's husband. Went after him, broke up that marriage. She broke it up. Camilla broke up that marriage. I mean, okay. She went in the wrong direction. She said, well, let me go ahead and get Princess Anne's husband. Let me break that marriage up and let me get with him. Okay, that's not who I wanted. Okay, let me just go ahead and leave him and let me go ahead and go be with the guy that I'm dating now and later on married. I mean, that's what she did. Evan Rachel Wood has done the same thing, but she had higher aspirations. She's like, I want to be up here. I want to be queen. I came, I saw, and I became queen. That is what Queen Camilla did. And it didn't matter that she had to step on some toes. I mean, she brought misery into Princess Diana's marriage. I mean, they don't even like each other because Princess Diana loved King Charles. King Charles didn't want to marry Princess Diana, and something should have, but Queen Elizabeth said, no, no, you're not marrying Camilla. No. Do you know what she did to Princess Anne? Do you know what she did to your sister? She broke up your sister's marriage. She had no problems doing that. Then she got married. Then now she has children. And then by that time found out that Prince Charles and Camilla were having a relationship and he couldn't keep it undercover. So he let it out. Now, Princess Diana had no power. Zero. Prince Charles did whatever what he wanted to do because he was heir to the throne. Now, if you don't have a concept of a king, well, I'm not saying that you don't have a concept of, I mean, you know what a king is. But when you're a king, you are a sovereign over your land. You are above the law. Whatever you do what you want because that right there is your kingdom. The people are your subject. They are at a behest to you. It's only one person, one ruler, the monarch, the royal family, and it's only one person that has understand, one person that has the power, that is the king. The queen, no. The king delegates the power, and that is what Queen Elizabeth did, and that is what King Charles is doing right now, delegating the power. Now, I'm under the belief that King Charles is under a spell. He has been under the spell for the last 30 years, in my belief. Now it's starting to wear off. The children are older. They're like, oh no. I mean, it's to the point to where no one is acknowledging, they are ignoring Queen Consort Camilla, because now she wants to pull rank and I want my children to have royal titles. Yes, I married you. Yes, I married you. Yes, I'm the second wife, but I want my children to have royal titles. I want this, I want that. Give me this, give me that. And King Charles married her without protection. That right there is wild. But Queen Elizabeth was smart. Queen Elizabeth said, you will have a hysterectomy. That was, when I heard that, I'm like, oh, but I got it. Queen Elizabeth said, you're going to have a hysterectomy because you're not going to bring any more children into this, because I see how you roll right now. My son, his head is in the clouds. I don't know what you're doing, and I don't want to know what you all do in your private time. But whatever you're doing in your private time is messing up his better senses. So I'm going to have to make sure that I protect my throne. I have to make sure that I protect my legacy, because this has to continue on after me, even though that my son is a dunce. And Camilla did that, but I gotta say, Camilla, she used Richard Palmer, this guy right here. He looks like Prince Andrew. She used him. She used a couple of other people to sit there and throw shade. Oh, and also Richard K. used him too. These reporters to throw shade, to throw gossip, just to throw information out there about what's going on. Now, no one would know what's going on unless if it's told. And it was told. So they're putting all this stuff out there. Next thing you know, first it was Princess Kate. Now, I have to say, I thought a lot of this stuff going on, it has to be Kate, Princess Kate, hating on Prince Harry, and Duchess Meghan. Prince William has all this hate, and I'm just like, this is really something. The only one in this whole thing comes out smelling like a rose is Queen Camilla, even though that she had to work a lot to clean up her reputation, because what she did was straight out raggedy. It was low class, and it was, you call Duchess Meghan a social climber, you call what do you call it? Princess Kate a social climber. Um, and you're not looking at Queen Camilla. You're not looking at someone who was what was the royal friend, the royal girlfriend. Then she became a Duchess of Cornwall. I mean, she just inched her way up. She scraped a little here and a little there to get up there. It took her a long time. Wow. It took her a long time to get there, but she did. And then have the nerve to say that Princess Kate was a social climber because she went to the school. She didn't break up no marriage. Princess Kate didn't break up a marriage. She didn't do this. She didn't do any of the things that Queen Camilla did. Queen Camilla had zero shame. Zero shame. Matter of fact, I'm trying to find a shame. I can't find it because she has none. Did all of those things. And I learned that after, when Princess Diana died, Queen Duchess Cornwall Camilla immediately start chipping away at her. The woman is in the ground and she's chipping away no matter what. Chipped away at her. Everybody loved, I do too, still do. And I call her Queen Diana because she's the rightful queen. Even though that there was people in the background wanted harm to come to her, I would lean towards Queen Camilla because the only one who benefited from that was her. She benefited by Princess Diana being out the way, but to the point to where her not being here, she benefited the most. King Charles, he's like, well, I could go ahead and, we could just all we want. She has no power. I have the power. I do what I want to do. Princess Diana, and I'm taking that away from her too. I'm taking everything away from her and I'm going to give it to you. And that's what he did. He did. And whatever Queen Camilla did, and I swear, there had to have been a book of spells. There had to have been something she put in his drink to make him act the way he did, to the point to where you're throwing stuff out there to where now you have two brothers fighting each other. Prince William and Prince Harry are fighting each other. King Charles got to the point to where Prince Harry was like, I gotta go. I gotta take my wife. We gotta get out of here because this right here is nuts. My wife isn't safe. My children aren't safe. And you got that woman doing God knows what, and you're not stopping her. You're doing nothing. They left. Well, one down, two down. I got two more to go. I got to get my children in this kingdom. I got to get my children titles. I'm going to do whatever I can do to get my children titles. Well, something happened to where King Charles, broke out of the spell, I guess, and gave Princess Anne more power, gave Prince William more power, and started to shut Camilla down. Now, I know, well, I can't say I know, but I believe Princess Anne wakes up smiling not every day, knowing that she could put boots to the ground on Queen Camilla. And I know Queen Camilla, her face is tight. Let me show you how tight her face is. Her face is tight. Because she said, I don't want anyone wearing tiaras, only I at the coronation, only I, because I'm going to be queen. No. Queen Elizabeth did not give her husband, Prince Philip, a title king. She didn't. He's the father of all her children. She did not give him a title king, but you, the level of scandal you brought to the royal family. They haven't had scandal in a long time, since the 1700s. And then you come along. Oh my goodness. You come along and bring shame to the royal family. I mean, all the other cousins are like, look, Queen of Spain is like, look at that crazy stuff. Look at the crazy English. Look how they're acting. They have no shame. They are supposed to be behind the scenes. You're not supposed to be out there acting a fool. Then you have the King of France and the King of Greece. They're cousins. And when who was it? King Leonardo. I'm not quite sure, but his birthday, you had to bring the British royals over there, bringing doom and gloom and scandals. Like, oh God. We got those cousins over there. Oh, they got to bring all the noise, all the craziness, and they got to bring it here. Now we got to let people know that we're actually really blood cousins, not that somebody got knocked off and some other person. I mean, whatever. Put whatever as you will, or whatever you want to put in there. Fill that in. It's an embarrassment. Now, the Princess of Sweden, the wild thing she did was she divorced her husband, and they had their separation. Children are older, and she wanted to live her life. She married an American black guy. I mean, dark-skinned guy. So he made it quite clear. She's in her 50s. He's in his 50s. She wants to live the second half of her life the way she wants to. No royal duties. She's like, I'm going to have a Pepsi and a smile. Stay out my face. Mind your business. That's what she's like. Mind your business. If you want some business, go get it over there, but don't mind mine. I'm over here happy. I got this black American guy. Oh, yeah. And I think he probably break danced and did some crumpet. I don't know. I'm making that up. But even what she did, nowhere near compared to the level of humiliation of the royal family as Queen Camilla. I mean, you take her out. She went to doomsday. And if it weren't for, the military actually doing something, you wouldn't be sitting there being so disrespectful. I mean, I was embarrassed. I'm like, man, King Charles, I mean, did she put something in your food to where you're just sort of like going along to get along? You're not embarrassed? You should have put her in the tower. Put her in the tower and let Princess Kate come out and do some of duties, or one of your other nieces, because That right there was wild. I mean, she just was like, okay, I'm queen and I'm going to act a fool. And that's exactly what she did. She acted a fool and made them look bad. I mean, you can go throughout history and say, oh man, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad. I mean, you could do that all day long. You could. But however, Queen Consort Camilla takes it to a whole new level. I'm above you. And I'm just sort of just saying now, some people said, I met Queen Camilla. She's a nice person. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. You weren't in her way to get what she wanted. So she's going to be nice to you. She has to work on her reputation. Try asking the people who she stepped all over. They would give you a different, Queen Camilla, she is just blah, 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 blah. You better watch yourself. She'll walk all over you to get what she wants. And I'm pretty sure somebody would say that. But what do you do? I mean, some could say she is a terrible person. She is what Evan Rachel Wood may become, unchecked. Because it looks like that Queen Camilla was unchecked. Her behavior and what she has done all her life was unchecked. No one told her no, besides Princess Anne. She's giving it to her. She's giving her to work. Giving her to work. Oh, man. So the royals are using royal newspapers or reporters to put stuff out there. Now, this is what I find interesting now. And I'm like, Queen Camilla, we know it's you. We know it's you. And they're saying that Prince Harry feels trapped in America without custody battle for Archie. And I'm like, really? Why do you keep on messing stuff? Why they have nothing? Prince Harry and Princess and Duchess Meghan. She is a princess of Nigeria. So Prince Harry and Princess Meghan are not even there. And you still got to put them in there. Why don't you give them a break? Because they're not even there and you're making stuff up. And we all know it. We're looking at you like, aren't you kind of like in a proxy WAR? Aren't you in a proxy one? Should you spend less time throwing that out? Stop doing that and spend more time looking at your interests, like keeping your commonwealth, because that right there is a brewing. You may be on an island by yourself, but you act like that Russian waters doesn't have boats. You act like the Red Dragon country doesn't have boats. You, in my humble opinion, and it is humble, and I know very little about military anything, but you feeding the tabloids all this garbage about Prince Harry, Duchess Meghan, Princess Kate, Prince William, all this stuff out there, and you're sitting ducks. I hope that King Charles wakes up out of this daze, this mist. He has a mist around him. It's just there. He doesn't see it because he has on rose-colored glasses. He looks at you like you're a wonderful, decent woman. Okay. But if he could wake up out of that spell, that little mist, the haze around him, and wake up and see all the wildness that's going on, the danger, the world is falling apart, so that you could be queen, so that you could make your children royals. What is the use of having your children royals if that side of the world is crumbling? Why are you making up all these stories about Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, how they're Marriage is in shambles. I mean, if they were there, it would be in shambles because you would make sure that it would be in shambles. I mean, just look. I mean, just this right here. I mean, right there. I'm just sitting there thinking, you look at that boy. I married your father. I can't stand your mother, and you act just like your probably. Mm, that's all speculation. People like Queen Camilla, who would do anything, if that means stepping on Princess Diana, stepping on her. Let me see if that's working. On Princess Diana. Stepping on her to get what you want. And then you start targeting her children. And when you got with King or Prince Charles, when you get with a man that has children, you're supposed to love their children as you love your own. As you love him, you love those children the same way. That's not what you did. Evil. Evil. That's evil. And guess what? Your face is still tight. Tight. Your face is so tight that you do not even need a facelift, girl. Don't need one because your face is tight. All the stuff what you're doing is terrible. But it makes me wonder. No, matter of fact, there were some rappers over there that were knighted. And I'm wondering, was P. Diddy knighted? Now, Prince William did that. He knighted some rappers. And yes, Prince Harry and Prince William were at a P. Diddy party. Yes, they were. Unfortunate, but they were. He had some sliding into P. Diddy. Oh, man. Now, that lawsuit. Now, I'm going to tell you who I believe. Because Kanye said that P. Diddy was a Fed. He said it. He said the man is a Fed. He is. And nobody didn't listen. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here. He did. He said it. And, he may, how can I say, be a little unorthodox. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. He may not act the way everybody else acts, right? He's in a class all by himself, and I mean that with complete respect. And I'm not sure if Kanye, if that is a role that he's playing to make himself, let me act crazy so I can maintain my life. Because it seemed like anything around P. Diddy, they go, man. Well, in all that, and having said all that, I think, well, this guy right here, his name is Vincent or Vicente Boliar, right? This guy is, how can I say, beyond wealthy. Beyond wealthy. He is a French citizen that has a lot to do with the Universal Music Group. He is above this guy here. Let me find him. Where's Lucian? Where are you at? Lucian Grains. Him. P. Diddy looks zonked out. I don't know. He looks a little zonked out there, but if Lucian Grains is named in the lawsuit, which I believe he is, the sealed indictments, and if Vincent Bollier, whatever, I don't know, my French is horrible. is named in that lawsuit. Oh, it is going to be bad because you know P Diddy and that baby oil. Wait a minute. Side note for a second. I went to the store and I saw baby oil. I couldn't even look at it the same. I'm just like, I can't even. I don't even look at baby oil the same. I'm just looking like I'm looking around. Where's P Diddy? Where are his heck? Where are all these crazy people at? Where is and oh Kim Kardashian? She would do anything for fame, fortune, and money. This is Justin Bieber when he was young. She's trying to hold on to him and he's trying to get rid of her. Oh, oh. The level of depravity in Hollywood and what these people would do, are doing, and have done to these young people. Their cries are in God's ears. That's all that I can say because all this stuff is going to come out. We're going to find out all this stuff. And I thought it was a little interesting how when I was doing research on this, how Kim Kardashian, and that right there was before Kanye. So she's in what? She's like in her, Justin Bieber's like 14, 15. 14, 15. I'm just like, and she did whatever she was told to do. And that's exactly what she did. Let me see. My internet is acting up. And that's exactly what she did. Let me see. My internet is and I just thought that, okay, Kim Kardashian does that with no problem. She's still rocking Balenciaga. I mean, at what point do you stop? You put on a stop. Stop. Let's stop right here. These people are twisted. They got a campaign with baby and red stuff and the type of clothing children should not wear, and you are marketing that, and you got your children wearing that. Kim, when does it end? Or are you a witch? Because it's clear that P. Diddy, look, you can't get to that level without getting into some kind of wild stuff. Because the people who he hangs out with are in, how can I say, the brotherhood, let's say they're in fraternities. I'll put it like that. And then you add whatever you want, take out fraternities, and you put whatever you want there. I mean, the fact that him, Jay-Z, and Beyonce was sued for extreme witchcraft for one of her drummer. And my thing is this. I'm thinking, okay. I remember Beyonce saying she gets on stage and something comes over her and it makes her dance harder and sing better. I don't know what spirit took over you, but it didn't make you sing better. Excuse me, it didn't. Some of you are Beyonce fans. You could be Beyonce fans. Fine, do that, be that, or as P. Diddy say, take that, take that, take that. Well, if she has to have something in her, and you're not paying to see her, you're paying to see something that has taken over her, and that singing that's supposed to have her sing better and harder. And no. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and put it to you like this. I'll put it to you like this. Whatever spirit has inhabited her, that spirit is no good. It's no good because when she sang for, I think it was, who was it? Barack Obama? I don't know, Joe Biden, whomever it was, for the inauguration. She's out there singing. Now, as I say, the queen of soul is Aretha Franklin said, oh, well, she did a good job, a pre-recorded a recording of her singing. She's standing out there lip syncing. Please help. She's using freaking spirits to help her sing. She's using supernatural stuff to help her sing, and she's not good enough to. How much tickets? How much? Go get a refund. You were seeing an inept spirit that couldn't even make her sound better. But I digress. Okay, I digress. Wait a minute. Now my internet is acting up again. But I digress. Okay, I digress. Wait a minute. I mean, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. So Patti LaBelle comes out and says, "Oh, she did a good job lip sync. She did a good job. Her pre-recorded was really, really good." Now, I'm sorry, not Patti LaBelle, but Aretha Franklin. Now, Aretha Franklin, when she did the inaugural song for Barack Obama, she's out there in the cold, okay? She's out there in the cold. The band is playing, and she gets up and she sings, sangs right out there. And it was a slam dunk. I mean, she could have taken that, what she did, recorded it, and sold it to the masses because that's how good. Beyonce, no, not look. You can like her performance because she's an entertainer, but she's. If you gotta get a spirit to help you, just if you need to do witchcraft to help you, just stop. Because again, that right there, it didn't work out for you because now your beehive has turned against you. Oh, I would be remiss to not even speak about Jaguar Wright. Oh, Jaguar Wright is putting it all out there. She's breaking that spell that people are under. Breaking that spell. Man, they're going down in flames. But back to P. Diddy. Like I said, I went to the store and I saw some Johnson Johnson baby oil, and I'm just like, this don't even seem right. It don't. But I have a funny feeling that Clive Davis, he is going down, and he needs to. He's one twisted person. And people say that he's responsible for Whitney Houston and her demise and the people that he used. But in DC, the DMV area, we know P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. We know him as Sean Combs, Nita Combs. Look at that. He needed a comb. Now, that's how some of us remember him. Yeah. But the interesting thing is this. Now, P. Diddy's mother, she was into some wild stuff. His mother brought him into that life. Now, I don't know if she's an Eastern Star. I know I'm not supposed to say these secret sides. Well, they're starting to say them now. I don't know what she's into, where she fits into all this, but P. Diddy or Sean was brought into it by birth. So when he was in the Celestials and he was born to that mess right there. She brought him into some crazy stuff. And this is what got me. I remember seeing a video I know you're like, huh? What? What? BGD, what you talking about? Well, Diddy, I remember he made a short. He said, I can't be who I really want to be. Because if I am who I really want to be, you may not accept me. And then I see this. You can't make that up. That is who he truly wants to be. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. If that is who you want to be, right? Then you don't need to be doing all the dragging people. Brandon Paul. You don't have to drag him into your crazy life. You don't got to drag, hurting people, hurting more people, hurting people. You got Kim Kardashian. Well, she'll do anything for money, but I mean, the fact that poor Justin Bieber, you got Usher. I mean, they were devastated because that's who you want to be. That is you, but then you got to give a facade that you're this when that's not who you are. Because it's clear you don't like women. I mean, and when you have a mother like that, you get why. I mean, when he said that him and his mother go to FOs and she was getting an IV because they were out partying for a number of days. What? I mean, it's like, oh my goodness. And now he finds himself getting sued. And now he finds himself going to jail. Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't add this. I would be really, let me see. I would not, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh man. This I did a live earlier today, and I got to bring this up again. I do. Now a quick side. I'm going to get back to. Well, this does involve P Diddy in a way. Now, I've been having a lot of how can I say debates. You know how you talk to people and people you don't know and you find out where they're from and you just start talking, and because I like culture, I like languages, I like people. But it doesn't mean that people from other cultures and speak other languages like me. So, I'm like, I am a likable person. I believe I'm knowledgeable about a lot of things, culture, people, countries, politics. But it's something about Africans, especially the ones that are just coming over. Not the first generation Africans, no. The newly the ones who migrated here. Now you're gonna say politics, but Laura, what are you doing? What are you xenophobic? No, I'm not xenophobic, because if I were, then I would not. I would live in a place that was only maybe one or two people. No, where I live at, I got everybody. Okay. So the conversations, they start saying, especially Western Africans, you don't know where you're from, you're a slave, you're this, you're that. Okay, well, fine, where are you from? Well, how about this? P Diddy, he's African, right? He's African American. So what part of Africa is he from? Oh, you don't want to touch that. You can sit here and talk smack, but you don't want P Diddy being associated with anything with Africa. So in the earlier video, what I did was I went through I didn't go through all the countries. I went through 34 of them. And I found a couple of dingers. I'm like, we know where you've come from, P. Diddy. So here, and this one here, P. Diddy. Look, Somalian. You look at that guy, look at him. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There is most definitely a resemblance, right? And then I looked at this right here, Zimbabwe. Oh, there is a straight resemblance. Straight resemblance. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. So when I have these conversations, you don't know where you're from? Yeah, you're right. I don't know where I'm from, but I know where P. Diddy's from. You want to talk about that right there? They're going to run for the hills. They're going to run for the hills. Oh, man. Nobody wants to even you're like, yeah, P Diddy's my cousin. Oh yeah, we are related. Oh, he comes from Africa. Yeah, yeah, everybody, and they always say everybody comes from Africa. Watch Adonis live. You're going to hear them say that everybody comes from Africa. Everybody. Okay. And you're saying, I don't know where I'm from. No, you don't know where you're from. You're a slave. I mean, I'm just like, damn. Me being a Democrat all those years, and I voted for the policies to help you, and this is the BS I get. You tell, man. Anyway, back to P. Diddy. He's going down hard, but here's something interesting. Here's something. I got a funny feeling. I just have a funny feeling. This is just a feeling that I have. And that is some of these charges, I think that they're going to start going away. You say, BGD, why you say that? I'm saying that because a woman or a lawyer said that her client went to the police and filled out a police report. I think back in 2017, 2018. And the client went to the police to get a copy of it. Well, when she went back to get the copy of it, they said that they can't give it. I'm like, wait a minute, who has that kind of juice? Who has that kind of juice? My thing is this, who was with P. Diddy when that occurred? So I see some doors closing. Whomever it is, like I said, maybe maybe a possibility of Vicente Boyor. I don't know, James, maybe, and maybe even possibly. And it hurts me to say because I did see Prince Harry and Prince William at the P. Diddy parties, and I did have a picture of it to bring it up. And it hurts me to my heart to even bring that up because I'm like, okay, Prince William has his issues. He has, I'm mad at the world. And then you have Prince Harry. I'm freer than a bird. I'm free. I can do whatever I want. But maybe what he did, whatever he want, went too far. And when you're a sovereign, right? And this is what happened to Prince Andrew. And when him and what's his name? Jeffrey EpiPen. I mean, he was doing it on the size of, P. Diddy was doing it on the size of Jeffrey EpiPen, to where Jeffrey EpiPen had his island. What's his name? P. Diddy had his islands and yachts, and he was renting out yachts, doing wild stuff, to where they were like, we don't want you back. Keep your business, right? I wonder who was in that police report. That's all. So I think that there may be some people that are high enough and have enough juice to get some of this stuff knocked out, even though it's Homeland Security. Homeland Security, yes, it is above the CIA and the Phoebe, the three-letter agencies, but there is people above that. So could it be those people above that that are like, no, we are not letting that information out. No, the next king of England is not going. No, 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 no. Go after Diddy. Leave them out of it. I don't know. I wonder. It's just a thought. Just a thought. And it hurts me to say that because I'm like, Harry is taking his rightful place. His wife, his children. Now, some people say, well, Duchess Meghan Markle is a malignant liar. I'm just like, you know something? You're calling this woman a malignant liar based off where's she at? You calling this woman a malignant liar. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, no. Liar. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm sorry. I see my my one program acting up. I'm like, oh no, let me go check my other one, make sure it's still streaming. Yeah, but you calling Meghan Markle a malignant liar, and it's like, oh no. Now if what I'm saying is true, then there's going to be a huge problem. There's going to be a very, very big problem. And that problem is you won't be able to save Prince Harry or Prince William from it because what's his name? Prince Andrew put a big stain on a monarch. A 16-year-old girl and his daughters. I mean, oh man. I mean, I feel bad for Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenia, because no matter where they go, they got the stain of their father hanging over their heads. No matter where they go, they got Duchess Ferguson, her husband, ex-husband, and what he did hanging over her head. So even though that has nothing to do with them, but it has everything to do with them while having nothing to do with them. So whenever they go out and see them, they see him. I mean, it's a mess. But if one of those people that are in a sealed indictment and him being a sovereign, could he go to jail? I mean, really, could he go to jail? Because he how can I explain this? Because when you think of a king, a prince, they are above the parliament. They are above the government. They are the ones that fund everything all throughout the monarch, all throughout the Commonwealth. So when they go out and do terrible things to people, to their subjects, and they do it with other people that are subjects or from other places that have whatever government, but do they get named in a suit? Are they named? Their reputations will be suffered. I mean, the people would rebel and say, look, we don't want people like that over us. We got to get rid of them. All types of stuff. So I'm just wondering why now that there are certain police reports that they are not going to give up. So there may be a turn in the case with P. Diddy, possibly. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong because he most definitely really, really, really needs to pay for what he did. He does. because he should be where's it at? He should be prepared. Is this it? No. He should be preparing for his debut pose, right? He should be preparing for his debut pose in jail. I don't know, but I thought those three people, Evan Rachel Wood, who's a terrible person, Queen Elizabeth, who's a terrible person, along with P. Diddy, who's a terrible person. And when you put them all three together, you get three terrible people. So, I mean, I just thought the three of them, put them together, it made sense. It did. But on, where's it at? But on that note,